You're going for a walk? Where?
We are going for a walk
In the forest. Nothing creepy about that, right?
Yeah, Sunset Forest.
It's pretty though. Look at this place.
This needs to be a good side, babe.
Yeah, I know. This side's way better than that side. Are you filming me? Do you have a good side? See, when I'm getting a photo done or a video,
it's really weird how
this side is my good side. This side is not my good side. This side good side. This side not good side. So do you have a good side, or are you perfectly symmetrical? That apparently people who are symmetrical live longer. So I better make the most of the time I've got, right? Non-symmetrical. Just 2 years, I think. They live 2 years longer. So maybe I live to 102.
maybe you need a set passing.
Yeah, maybe. More symmetrical. So this morning, me and Jamie woke up and I said to Jamie at around about, I've been up a couple of hours, so it was around about 8 or 9 in the morning. I said, Jamie, why don't we get out of London today and just do the complete opposite of what we plan to do? And Jamie was like, we can't do that because we have the longest to-do list right now. We've got so much going on. We're running an event on the weekend. We've got a major client next week that I'm working with. Then we traveled to Italy, and it's just crazy. Literally, there's like 30 things every single day to get done by the end of the day, and we don't always get even half of that done. And even though that we had all these things to do, I just couldn't help feeling that the best thing we could do for ourselves today was to escape to the countryside. So we've come out here to the beautiful Norfolk. This is where I grew up. I've done so many walks around this bit of countryside here from the age of like 4, 5 years old. Obviously not by myself, with my parents back then. But it's my place of meditation. It's my place where I recharge my batteries. And just a place where I kind of reconnect. So this video is all about how to make sales while you do nothing. Now it sounds a little bit contradictory, doesn't it? Because we always think of selling as an action, as a thing that we have to hustle for, and we need to take massive action in order to sell more. But I'm going to talk a little bit differently to how I do in a lot of my videos here and say, actually it's not. Sales, yes, you have to work hard and you have to identify the time where you've got to work hard and take massive action and go out there and get your leads. But sometimes, even though that you've got the longest to-do list to get through, or you've got these calls to make and these follow-ups to do, sometimes the best thing you can do is actually stop. Get away from all of it and allow time to catch up. Yeah, or allow time for the universe to catch up with you. When you're going so fast and you're pushing all the time, you're also leaving this trail behind you. And someone said to me once that, Pete, life is really about two things. Sometimes you'll sprint and you have to know when to sprint, and other times you need to stop, take a breath or take a number of breaths and allow the universe to catch up with you. Because whatever you put out to the universe, it leaves this infinite energy out there. And your work that you're doing, it's amazing. But if you don't stop and just reconnect and allow the universe to do its work in the background, you're putting all this energy out there and you're actually blind to see what's coming back to you. So there's chances are you've worked really, really hard at something and you've hustled and you've worked to a point where you're burnt out and you're like, why am I not getting anything back? Why am I not making the sales? Why am I not getting this opportunity? And the reason for it is because you're putting the energy out there and then you're not stopping ever to allow the universe to catch up with you. So I want to urge you strongly in this video to sometimes just take that time out for you. I'm a huge believer in no matter how hard you work, you've also got to take time to stop. Jamie and me in January, we went out to live on an island, a private island in Thailand. There's only 8 people on the island. We lived there for 4 weeks. The first week we had a digital detox. We switched off all phones, laptops, everything. And we just took time to journal, and that's actually where most of our online business was created, in that week of just taking that time of solitude, taking that time to meditate and understand what is really important. Google doesn't have the answers for everything. Sometimes you need to reconnect with yourself, reconnect with nature, whatever it is, go hug a tree, whatever makes you happy, and just give that time for the universe to catch up. So let me ask you this, and we're going to carry on walking here. How are you feeling right now? In your life, in your business? Do you feel that you're putting in the work, but still not getting necessarily a return? What would happen if you just stopped for a day and said, by the way, we've worked today, we've had our laptops out, and we've done a little bit of work in the garden at my parents' home. That was lovely. I had a meeting with an amazing branding specialist as well. But I was in the garden doing it, and it felt so great to do that. But every time I do this, by the way, I'll get back to you in a moment, but every time I take time out to stop, because I feel like I push, then every single time I take time out just for me to breathe, and I allow the universe to catch up, and I mean this with 100% accuracy. 100% of the time when I do that, something amazing happens. I either come up with an incredible new idea, which then results in revenues in the business, or I switch on my laptop the following day, and that contract has come through that I was bidding for, with that corporation, or the event that we're trying to fill. We've had like 50, 60 people register while I've stepped away. If you're constantly just like this, you're being a slave to your business, and slaves don't get paid. When you're able to have that confidence to step away and just breathe, you'll be amazed how things catch up. So let me summarize this whole thing. I want you to create a awareness, and you've got this awareness already, but I want you to pay attention to this awareness. And that is that we have times in life where we're like wide and we're creative in our thinking, and then sometimes we're like too relaxed because we're like just there thinking of the universe, right? But then other times where we're so focused and we're pushing so hard that we get narrow. And it's really good to be wide, but not so wide that you just do nothing. But it's also really good to be narrow in your thinking and really go, wow, let's do this, yeah? Life will always go wide, and it's your job to bring you back in, yeah? But this video is about when you're pushing like this, and in today's society, there is so much pressure. There's so much out there saying you need to hustle 7 days a week, so on and so forth. But sometimes when you've got that massive to-do list of I've got this to do, that to do, that to do, but you've been working like crazy for days on end, you need to take a day out, because it's the law of diminishing returns, yeah? And that means that what's going to happen is you're going to be putting in work, but you're putting in so much effort, but you're getting less and less return on the work that you're doing. And I got to a point where we've been working like crazy the last week, and I'm like, you know what, I need a day out. And just by taking the day out, we've, from a time perspective, we initially said, oh, well, we've got this to do, that to do, etc. But by taking some time out to breathe and to enjoy nature, now we've had some amazing conversations from me and Jamie, and I had an amazing meeting today, and also I've got through the work that I needed to do in the garden and had a great time doing it, and I feel ready to get back to work tomorrow. So I want you to think about that in your business or just in your life. You can make sales while you do nothing. Sales is not just hustle, work. If you're doing it that way, you've got the wrong strategy. It's time to be kind to yourself. It's time to have the confidence in what you do and who you are as a human being. Nothing can take away your value as a human being. But it's really important that you take time out for you to recharge, replenish, in whichever way that works for you. For me, these walks, I love this more than anything. Even when we stayed on the island in Thailand, we took plenty of walks as well. And then from there, you're going to come back recharged. So that's what today's all about. I want you to comment below if this is related to you, if it's resonated with you, and just let me know what's going on in your life too. So I'll see you in the next video. We're going to enjoy this walk, and I'll see you tomorrow.